All right, it is time to talk 3A MESPY winners for Boys Soccer Team of the Year. Welcome to the show from Collinsville High School, Rob Lugge. Good to see you again, Rob.
Hello.
And you brought with you Mikey Suarez. Mikey, good to see you.
Good seeing you.
And Enrique Carranza. Good to see you, Enrique.
Good to see you, too.
Thanks for coming, guys. And first things first, you had these kids in class, KP.
Absolutely.
Were they good?
Yeah, they were great. They kept me in line.
Let's hear from you. What kind of sub was KP? Because you subbed in their class, right?
Yes.
All right, what kind of sub?
I would say he was pretty good sub.
Pretty cool. You didn't have to put a tack in his chair or anything?
No. Everything's straightforward.
I appreciate these guys. They always told me how it was.
I'm sure. All right, Rob, congratulations. Great year for the Kahoks. The MESPY is based primarily on the postseason, and you were the last Metro East team standing. At the end of the year, you guys got to the Super Sectional.
Yeah, we lost in the Super Sectional.
In the Sweet 16.
No, sorry, the sectional final.
In the sectional final, but
yes.
you got farther than anybody else. You describe your season, and make sure you face that mic, okay?
Our season was a very interesting one. One that we haven't really had since I've been at Collinsville. I like to joke. It started out a little rough, and then we kind of hit rock bottom and kind of sorted things out from there. It was almost a tale of two different seasons. There was the first half where not so good. Second half, we definitely picked it up. I think we won 10 of our last 12 games, something like that.
Absolutely.
In beating our biggest two rivals in the playoffs to move on to advance, it ended up being a very special season after the very, very, very rocky start.
So you beat Alton 2-0, Edwardsville 1-0, and O'Fallon 3-2 in the playoffs before losing to a really good normal community team 2-1. So when was the turning point for these kids this year?
So we every year we play in the SLU High tournament, and it was not a very good start to the season, and we played SLU High our first game on it was like 4 o'clock on like a Tuesday or something like that. It was hot, and SLU is very talented. Some would say that they dominated us that game. They beat us 8-0.
Yeah, I think domination is a fair word.
And then we definitely did not play our best, and you can't not play well against a very talented team like them. And we showed up the next day. We lost to a better team. We played an okay game, but then when we played Saturday morning, which is typically not a good day for us, against Fort Zumwalt South, who is a quality program. This game was kind of funny because we wore the wrong uniforms. We both were wearing white, so we had to wear our purple training tops, which was somewhat embarrassing for me as a coach to give them the wrong uniform. But that was the day that, for some reason, it kind of turned itself around.
Yeah, 1-0 win over them.
Then you went 9-1 up until that final game from there.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a turnaround.
And what I noticed also is you lose to Edwardsville 5-0 on September 25th, and then you turn it around and you beat them 1-0 in the playoffs, and that's a heck of a turnaround.
Yeah, the 5-0 game at Edwardsville, one, you're at a disadvantage when you play on their field. Their field's just so wide that you can't prepare for that.
Is their field wider than everybody else's?
Yes, besides now Granite City's new field. So Edwardsville's field is at least 10 yards wider than every other field because there's no track around it. So they have the advantage every home game because you can't prepare for that.
So what do they say when they play you?
Well, and that's the thing is if you get them on a football field where things are tighter, you can make a game out of it.
But my point is your field is narrower than everybody else's.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, so for us, it's better for us to play on a football field where we can keep things compact, defend in tighter units, and not get spread out.
I love it. I love it that both schools have their own field.
Yeah. And
everybody's worried about it. If I was a soccer coach, I would adjust the width of my field.
Yeah,
Can you do that?
Not with turf anymore. The last school that could was Granite City because they were the last one with a grass field in the area. But now that they have
Did they ever do that? Did they ever adjust the width of their field in the middle of a season?
Yeah, like depending on who they play, I believe so.
No kidding.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk to the kids here for a second. Who do you want to start? Who do you want to start with? Let's start with you, Mikey. What position do you play?
I started off playing as a forward, and then during the SLU tournament, I played right back. So I finished out my season playing right back.
So coach moved you from up top to the back.
Yeah.
Was that a demotion? Did you get in trouble?
No, I just think I couldn't find the back of the net, so I said I could play right back if you need me to.
And so did you volunteer to move back there?
It was kind of both decision. I asked him and then kind of switched.
And it was a good idea. And maybe was that one of the keys to the success in the second half of the season?
So I think for us, we struggled to keep the ball in the back. Our outside backs, they were typically the people who were there were just new, like we're inexperienced varsity players. And with our schedule, it's hard to gain that experience, quickly because our schedule is very difficult. Mikey has been a varsity player since his freshman year. And he played a little bit in his junior year in the back. So I knew that he could help us just kind of calm down back there. So putting him back there, I didn't think it was going to be a rest of the year kind of fix. It was hopefully just, in my mind, it was, a game or two, kind of get things settled down. But again, we started winning games. And, also Rodrigo, one of our goal scorers, he was hurt for an extended period of time. And then when he came back, it allowed Mikey to kind of move back without really hurting us up top.
Well, when I played soccer in college, we had a coach who insisted on building from the back. Mm-hmm. And so our outside backs had to be able to control the ball and get it out of our back third of the field, so to speak. And the other thing I would say is sometimes coaches do something and then at the end of the season they look so smart and they look so good. Is this one of those decisions from you where it's like, wow, that worked out really, really well?
Well, it worked. I don't know if it made me look smart or not, but it helped us out. Now, but our roster this year, we didn't have a whole lot of depth. Our bench was basically 6 freshmen and a couple sophomores who were brand new to varsity soccer. So we pretty much towards the end of the year had a 1 or 2 man bench. So everybody had to play in different spots. So like Enrique one game would be up top, the next game or the next moment he'd be playing in the back. Like we just had to adjust from not even game to game, from moment to moment, and make do with, the people who were on the field, the people who weren't hurt, and just deal with it. Because while our freshmen were good, they were 4'10", about 75 pounds. So
they're growing into the role.
Like for us, it's for freshmen, it's to gain experience playing with the older kids, where other schools have, can kind of, take them on slower. We need them to be with us so we can prepare not only for the end of this year, but years moving forward. So it didn't leave us with a whole lot of people to put on the field. So I think there's one game when Enrique probably played 4 different positions. Yeah, all right. It just kind of is what it is.
Let's hear from Enrique. Enrique, coach says you played all over the field this year, man. Describe your game. Versatile?
Yeah, versatile. Kind of like just always adapting to whatever is thrown at me. So yeah, I would start games up top and slowly move all over the place.
Where do you like to be?
In the midfield. Or
that's your favorite place to be.
Yeah, or in defense.
All right. I want to hear about some of your best memories of this season. But first, whether you're an athlete or a parent, it takes the right equipment to play your best. At Play It Again Sports Edwardsville, you can trade in your used gear for cash or trade up to something you like better right now. Not only will you save with affordable used gear, but they also supply the latest new equipment and accessories from the most popular brands. Hockey, baseball, softball, pickleball, tennis, wrestling, exercise equipment, golf, you name it, soccer. And remember, they do custom uniforms. If you need uniforms for your kids' t-ball, softball, soccer, golf uniforms, or apparel for all teams, go see Dan Brynjolfsson at Play It Again Sports Edwardsville and tell him I sent you. All right, guys. Give me your top memory from this year, Mikey.
I would say our regional final game against Edwardsville. I hit the corner with 20 seconds left and the ball goes in. We win that game, 1-0. That was the best moment. Dramatic
game. I feel like there are a lot of dramatic finishes when Edwardsville plays Collinsville. This happened just a couple of years ago. Same type deal.
Yeah, the year we went to state, so was that 18, maybe 19. We were playing at home, and we scored with 3 seconds left to beat them. I think that was the sectional semi, maybe. I don't remember the exact game, but yeah, like, when you put two, what I believe, like quality programs together, there's always going to be, competitive games, except for the one when they beat us 5-0. But playoffs again, where it matters, and that's where our best games are.
And Collinsville I feel like Collinsville has been the dominant team in the conference since I've been doing this podcast for the last 6 years. Collinsville has won more Southwestern Conference championships than anybody else. They've had more Player of the Year awards. Tell me the kid's name. I'm drawing a blank.
Adam
Reiniger, of course. He won it, I think, 3 or 4 years in a row. So you had the dominant player. You had dominant teams year after year after year. What's going on there? What's the secret?
I wish I knew. Hard work. I think I always kind of envision our program being a little bit different than all the other programs in the area.
How are you different? What separates you?
I think the amount of, we do 6 a.m. training, and it involves lots and lots of running. Like, we just try to instill a workman-like attitude and just trying to go around our business.
6 a.m. in the summer or 6 a.m. during the school year?
Summer. 6 a.m., 2 to 3 days a week. It allows me to have a life and the kids to go do whatever they need to do after that. But, we want to try to get them to just do their job, nothing else. Whatever's asked of them, just adapt, step on the field and do whatever is asked. I think what I'm really proud of in all the years that I've been at Collinsville is we very, very rarely get cards for silly things, dissent, silly fouls, stuff like that. That's not something that we've done a whole lot of, except for our last game. So that's been something that we really, really, have pushed the kids because, soccer
self-discipline.
Players, and soccer boys specifically can tend to be a little emotional on the field, and they're typically allowed when they're club teams to say kind of whatever they want. And that is not something that we do.
Okay, so when you play club, the officials won't let you say whatever you want. It's the coaches, select coaches who are more tolerant.
Probably more tolerant, but also I think officials are more tolerant as well.
They are.
And yeah, like
I would agree with that.
Yeah, like Mikey shaking his head. High school officials are, I don't know how to.
More disciplined, more strict.
They're
More
more
strict.
strict.
Okay.
And
I didn't know that.
With the IHSA, the soccer, we have the 25 card rule, to where if you have 25 cards, you can't participate in playoffs. So it's another reason to, one, it makes your program look bad if your players act like that on the field.
I feel like that just happened recently.
People have been close. So like people would have to cancel games towards the end of the year because of cards. So again, for me, it makes the program look bad if you act like that on the field. Kind of sets a negative tone, and that's not something we're just going to allow.
Yeah, you're not doing that.
No,
you're not. No, you're not. And maybe if you're the kid that's doing it, maybe I have to sit you out for a little bit if I'm the coach. I'm not a soccer coach, so what do I know? All right, let's talk about some other great memories from the season. Let's go to you, Enrique.
A great memory for me would probably be the win against O'Fallon, the 3-2 win for the what was it?
That's the sectional semi.
Sectional semifinal.
That was your last game.
Yeah. Definitely probably one of my favorite memories.
Did you score in that game?
Yeah, I did.
And you were also a big part of the goal against Edwardsville.
Yeah.
There's a little controversy on who scored that goal because Enrique and Rodrigo were right there to
Power of friendship.
The power of friendship. There you go. Yeah. Let's get the ball on the net off of the corner kick.
Let's hear about it. Who scored the goal? The goal heard around the world. You know what? From the look on your face, it sounds like the other kid scored the goal.
Nah, I believe I did, but it was in the moment. It doesn't really matter as long as it got in the goal.
Who got credit for it?
Him. Rigo did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And if you ask him, he scored it. So it's
the vibe that I get is unselfish.
Yes.
Well, did you both jump and both headed into the goal?
We both slid for it.
Okay.
So yeah, if you look in the video, you see us both just throw ourselves at the ball.
All right.
Cool. All right. You guys both seniors?
Yeah.
What has Collinsville Kahoks soccer meant to you guys throughout your careers?
Something to always look forward to, like, dreading school and then like, oh, soccer season's coming up, so something to always look forward to.
Dreading school. I appreciate your honesty.
About any future moving on
Yeah.
to soccer at the next level?
Yeah, I'm looking to play soccer at Greenville.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Congratulations. Any ideas what you want to study?
Exercise science.
All right.
That's big these days.
Maybe be a coach?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Think you want to coach?
Yeah, definitely.
Why do you want to coach?
It's always been like something I've always like loved teaching other people things or like sharing my ideas.
Would you you want to be a teacher too?
Maybe a PE, but
Okay, that makes sense.
Well,
Let's pass. Go ahead.
Enrique, do you mind? So Enrique is a mentor at our school. He's mentored a younger kid at one of the elementary schools. So he's worked with kids. All right,
Yeah.
for sharing that. And then we have our summer camp where like the adults are just there and the boys run it. And we average anywhere from 120 to 160 kids, and they're in charge of making sure it's fun. So I could definitely see he has the kind of the personality to be around all of
That's
this.
something that you enjoy working with the younger kids.
yeah, it's always something fun.
Keep doing it then.
Yeah.
Be a teacher. Be a teacher and be a coach. See yourself back at Collinsville one day.
Hopefully, yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right, cool. How about you? What has Collinsville soccer meant to you, Mikey?
Just the family and soccer. Just it brought so many like close friends together. Like my freshman year, I didn't really know Enrique until we met with soccer, and we just became pretty close friends.
Okay. And he's going to Greenville next year to play soccer and exercise science study. How about you?
I'm also going to Greenville.
Wow.
Oh, boy, that's cool.
Package
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah,
Soccer, and what do you think you're going to study?
I'm going to study sports management.
Sports management too. And what do you think you would like to do with that one day?
I haven't explored my options yet, but I really do want to coach in the future. That's what I really want to do.
Have you guys ever played golf?
Yeah.
Are you good at it?
No.
Next time you play golf, you're going to have even more fun if you go to Oakbrook Golf Club. Located northeast of Edwardsville, Oakbrook Golf Club is a family-owned 27-hole public golf facility, and their goal is to offer the highest quality golf experience for a reasonable fee. Oakbrook is consistently recognized for awards such as Friendliest Staff, Best Course to Host a Fundraiser, and Best Senior Scramble in the bi-state area. From fundraisers to leagues to instruction to an afternoon out on the links by yourself or with your buds, the Brook wants to win your business. I've personally played and hosted multiple golf scrambles there, and I promise you, Mike Surrey and his staff are the best. To book your next tee time or to start organizing your next fundraising scramble, give them a call at 656-5600 or check them out online at oakbrookgc.com. You guys are done at Collinsville, so you can say whatever you want to about this guy. What's it been like playing for Coach Lugge?
I loved it. I mean, he just pushed us to where we can just play our best. Sometimes he was hard on us, but
What about those 6 a.m. practices, man? Did you ever tell him, Coach, come on, man, have a heart. Let's push Coach, I feel like we should push practice back until the troops are better rested. Did you ever tell him that?
no. But I mean, we had some practices like in the night. I would say like 8. It was like 8 o'clock maybe some nights. That was great, but the morning practices they were just fine. I mean, it sucked waking up that early on a summer night or summer morning, but it was great.
Get it
we
out
tr-
of the way.
We tried to recruit these guys to play tennis for me.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't. These guys probably would have beat us. I don't want any part of these guys. You kidding? Animals.
Didn't I try to recruit you guys?
Yeah, you did.
I'm sure. I don't know. What do you want to talk about? What was it like for playing for Coach Lugge?
Honestly, great experience.
Are you gonna get emotional?
No. I just lost
You're
my
trying
words.
not to cuss. I get
No.
it.
Trying to think of something nice to say.
All right. How
Never.
about let me ask you, what was it like coaching these guys? Cut ups, huh?
Yeah, so this has been probably one of my most favorite groups to have. Like these two, all of the seniors I had this year. Not all of them are as silly as as a couple of them, but they were just an amazing group. From the lows to the lowest of the lows, they still showed up every day ready to train and in a good mood. It was almost annoying to the point where, like, yeah, as a coach, you're stressing, trying to figure out, what you're doing wrong and how to fix the season. And they show up cracking jokes and having the best time ever.
You went through a period where you were outscored 19-2.
Yeah, that
probably,
was like,
you probably don't like thinking about it.
Not even a period. That was like 3 games.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant. That was like 3 games. Like, what were you telling the kids at that point?
I kept telling them, well, I allowed them after we talked to kind of try and sort it out themselves. I don't know what that conversation was.
Oh, so you guys had a players only meeting. What was said? Let's ask the players.
I mean, it was just a lot of like get our stuff together.
Get your what together.
Yeah, it was a lot of
What was the problem? Were we not focused at practice? Were we not marking up in the games? What was the problem?
Well, I'd say marking up in the games. We were allowing cheesy goals, and I just feel like we were just not having like enough team chemistry towards beginning, and then towards the end we hit that chemistry together, and we just gelled together.
Well, the end of the season was amazing, Coach. I mean, that's whatever you did, whatever between the team meeting and what you coached there, you got a definite great turnaround.
Yeah, I think there were some things that needed to be sorted out, and it kind of did. We had to, in all the games, our schedule. I think our first week was Columbia, who won state, Triad, Chatham, Edwardsville, O'Fallon was like our first 5 games, something crazy like that. It's not a good start. Those are tough teams to start your season. And then whenever you're kind of, scuffling along, giving up, just trash goals over and over again, you're just sorting. And
your first win was actually against Edwardsville, 2-1.
That's surprising. You're just kind of, trying to find something to work, and it would work one day, it wouldn't work another. But the boys kept showing up, and that was the important part. Yeah, like I think our record, we were like 1-6 or 1-7 or something crazy like that.
But you wind up 13-11.
Yeah, and again, like the positive change that came, just halfway through, like something clicked. It could have been I wouldn't say it would our talk, because I talk a lot, and after at some point, how it is whenever you're the coach and you say things over and over again. I kept telling them they're good enough to win a regional. They heard that a lot this year. But at some point, being high school boys, it kind of,
right,
goes in one ear and out the other.
But I think if you didn't panic and you didn't get negative and you didn't get angry, I think that's what they heard. Is they didn't hear you get angry and panic and negative, and I think that's what they needed more than anything else.
Yeah, for me,
not that I was there, but
a couple years ago, I would have been a yeller. I've definitely our assistant coach, Coach O'Neill. He was our student manager the year we went to state, and he says that I have changed a lot. He says that I'm a lot more calmer now, which I don't believe. But I didn't. No, they probably don't believe this, but I don't feel like I yelled a lot this year. It was more of like we need to kind of.
You probably project more calm. I think how we feel is how we feel as we get older, but I think we get better at projecting what we need to project. Is that?
Yeah, I as a younger coach, when things don't go right, you're just trying to sort it out, and it just comes out how it comes out. For this year, again, I was just trying to. Not that the season get away from us when we were, that far under 500, because I really did believe the entire time that we were good enough to win our region. That never left. It was just making sure that they kind of continued that belief, like they could kind of see it, which I get that it would have been difficult at the beginning. But I think once we got on a roll, and we started winning games and stopped giving up, goal after goal. I think we were averaging giving up 3 goals a game at one point. Once we kind of sorted those things out, they could see it like that's actually something that could happen.
How many seniors on this team?
11.
Yeah, I think 11.
11, and we started anywhere from 7 to 8, sometimes 9 seniors.
What are the prospects for next year?
Again, I think we always have a solid group. But we are going to be young next year. So return. Like we have 3 returning juniors that were on varsity, maybe 4 returning sophomores, and then the rest were freshmen. So like it's just going to be, it's going to be a fresh start. It's kind of, got to see how it goes. We're going to see how summer goes. Like I said, our freshmen was a talented group, but they were the smallest people ever. They're smaller than my 11-year-old. So, it's getting them in the gym, getting them to understand the importance of lifting weights, and then them just growing.
Yeah, they're going to grow. You got to water them.
Yeah.
Water them, put them in the sun. They'll grow. All right, KP, any other questions for these guys before they get out of here?
No, it's great having you guys. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Oh, thank you for having us.
How about some shout-outs? Let's start with you, Enrique. Any shout-outs before? Man, Enrique can't wait to go. Who are the shout-outs?
Definitely like my family and like all my coaches, and most definitely Jeremy McDaniel, funniest guy on the team. He's one of the guys that like always kept our heads up and cracking those jokes to
Good for
keep the
him.
positive attitude.
Yeah, I would say my family and my coaches, and I'll go with Diego Lira. I mean, him and Jeremy would just crack jokes to each other and just make everyone laugh. Oh yeah, definitely when he cried when we beat Edwardsville, that was pretty funny.
He
No
cried?
tears, huh?
He cried.
Good for him. All right. Coach, you got any shout-outs before you get out of here?
Yeah. Well, the boys, first of all, without them showing up every day, like we wouldn't win games. There wouldn't really be the program wouldn't be sustainable without a bunch of boys who, have bought into, like I said, showing up at 6 a.m., running till they don't feel like they can anymore, and then, listening to us tell them to push through that.
They don't have that hill.
No, they're tearing it down.
So now,
going down.
what are you going to run up and down? You guys must be heartbroken about that, huh?
Yeah, they got lucky because that's like the rite of passage of joining the soccer program at Collinsville is
Running up that hill.
running up and down that hill a whole lot. So
What's going to be up there now? They tore that down, and what's going to...
So when it's finished,
Fields.
Yeah, so it's baseball, softball, and like a turf, just utility field.
Okay,
Yeah, they're
cool.
gonna have like a practice turf, right?
Yeah.
for
For
soccer
soccer?
and
Yeah, for
football,
soccer. So-
all of them.
Like so for us in football, because we only have the one turf field, we just rotate. So it makes scheduling and getting a whole lot of things accomplished difficult at times. It's also a reason we go at 6 a.m. so we don't have to fight for space because no one wants to get.
And are
there.
you a teacher at Collinsville?
I was a special education teacher. I'm our IEP coordinator. So
Okay.
I do IEP meetings, talk with parents, do a lot of paperwork.
Got it.
He's got a tough job on that one.
He does. All right, guys. Well, congratulations. 3A MESPY winners, Collinsville Kahoks. And thank you all for listening to the Metro Esports Podcast presented by Little Caesars Pizza. And huge thanks to our guests, Abe and Mark Oberhauser. Big thanks to the camper for coming in, Matt Camp and Tyler Perry. And big thanks to Rob Lugge, Mikey Suarez, and Enrique Carranza. And for partners, Cassins, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Keller Williams Marquee, the Blasting Game Group, Integrity Spine and Joint Center, Front Office, Fiduciary Network, Oakbrook Golf Club, Play It Again Sports, Edwardsville, and Dazzling Decor and more. And for my teammates, Kevin Paulo, Luke Slemmer, and Sophia Jacoby, thank you for listening to the Metro Esports Podcast, talking all things sports in the Metro East.